It seems like every time you turn around, there is a newer, better, faster, cooler tech gadget out there.
Yep.
And it can be hard to sort through them all to find out the one that's best for you. So that's when we call in Dr. Frank Vigiano. He's got all the newest toys.
Morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Yeah,
Dr.
you
Frank.
too.
Hey, John.
How are you, buddy?
Pleasure to be with you.
Yes,
Yeah.
always, always. What do we got here? I mean,
there was so much of the Consumer Electronics Show, that we could go for months.
I know. Well, you
it's
have
just
been
amazing.
You've
Yeah,
been
exactly.
bringing
We're on a
things
roll. There's so
Just
many
keeps
things
coming.
Well, one of the things that we're going to head off with is something called a scanner mouse by LG Electronics. Now, part of what's going on
That's
is
this thing here?
Yeah, right. People are definitely afraid of scanning for the simple reason they get the software, they put it in the computer, etc., and it's real frustrating for them because you have to take the document and so forth and put it through there. That's the mouse, exactly, and it looks like a regular mouse, right? But it's got a little switch on it, right?
Okay, right.
Okay, so what this does, it takes the scanner and puts it into a mouse. So you've got a mouse and a scanner all in one. I think we have a video that will show.
Oh, I see. The bottom looks different.
Yeah, now watch. See the scanner?
Okay.
Into the mouse.
Oh my goodness.
Cool. Now watch what happens. So as you scan, you can scan anything. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be in the computer or it can be on your desktop. In other words, meaning that it can be on your table.
Look
so
at,
you can.
And does it run around the house like it should?
Yeah. It even vacuums the other rooms, Joe, when it's got time.
Brings me a beer or whatever. Yeah.
Isn't that pretty cool, though? Because most people, they really
wild.
want to scan and put something into the computer, but it becomes a little bit more difficult. What's nice about this is the world's first ever where they took a mouse, which is common and you have to have with a computer, right? And they put a scanner into it.
Wow.
This is very cool.
So it still works as a regular mouse as well?
Exactly.
How about using it with a laptop where you don't necessarily need a mouse?
Desktop, it doesn't matter what you,
plug
and
it
even
in.
netbooks, it doesn't really matter. So think of it as replacing your mouse, and now you also have a scanner.
Yeah, very cool. I love it. How much does that go for?
About $129 retail.
Okay, awesome.
Isn't that cool?
Very cool.
Yeah,
What's next?
All right, this is next. Now this is a monitor up front, and you can see that basically what it's doing is I have a computer connected to it.
Okay.
But basically all it is, it's an extra monitor. Now what do I mean by that? Watch, I'm just going to pick it up so our audience can see that it's simply a USB connection. Now, in other words, people say, well, why would I need a second monitor?
Right.
I have found so many times when I'm working with my computer that if I had a second monitor where I have the internet on one side and I'm working with a document on the other, I can pick or lift information off. So it's the first time ever that you can take a second monitor and connect it to your computer using a USB cable, no power cord.
So you can put different things on
AOC.
that and different things on your other screen. In fact, our
At the same
producers
time.
at the station all have that, one for email or watching videos, other for the working on
so while they're working, maybe putting together news or programming, email comes up and they want to make sure that, so rather than always going back and forth, now you have both images, two computers, $99.
It's kind of like having just a lot bigger screen, essentially.
It's exactly what it is.
So you don't ever have to diminish anything then, right?
Correct.
You can just stay on.
And you can divide it based on what you want. For example, like Christine said, email on one side, and maybe let's say you're working on producing the news or you're writing a document or a letter on the other side.
Right.
Therefore, when the email comes in, you see it instantly without having to go back to it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, very cool. I
And
love
the
that.
coolest
Or you
thing
can
is
have
no
the internet
power
up
cord,
on one
see?
side if you're doing research or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No power cord, but there is a connection, right?
Right, you have to have a USB,
USB
connection, and that's what's so neat about it is that basically it powers it's LED. Of course, we've been talking about LED for years in our programs and our segments, and it is the future, as we all know. But the benefit is without needing AC power, it runs directly from the laptop or the desktop.
Cool. Okay,
cool?
you said just $100.
$100,
so
not
not bad at all. All right, what's this?
Okay, these are cool. This is, remember G-Form? You remember when I dropped the bowling ball?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Incredible.
So now what have they come out with? You're going to love this. iPhone cases.
Oh, my.
Look at that.
Oh, my goodness. So you can't break your iPhone, pretty much.
You can't break your iPhone. You could drop your iPhone out of
Can
a
he throw
10-story
this
building. Well, I don't have an iPhone in it, but you certainly can do this.
Okay, just a fake iPhone.
Right, exactly. And if you look here on the table, you can see the various colors they come in. They come in a yellow and black.
That's funky.
And they're going to make them in other colors as well.
But this is that space age padding that is what? What is it?
It's RFT or RPT technology, which is basically reactive protection technology. So what happens is instead of it being absorbed like this, it absorbs this way.
Very cool.
$39. I mean, can't
That
So
is
it flattens
awesome.
out the impact instead of letting it go deep into the piece of equipment.
Right, and recently, we've had these guys on before because they have some really cool stuff. They dropped an iPad out of an airplane and videoed it. It's on the YouTube, so anybody can go and see. It's unbelievable.
So you for the iPhone, iPad.
Right,
as well.
iPhone, iPad, and they also make it now for Kindle and
great.
many other tablets.
Wow,
so just about
fantastic.
anything.
How about for guys who ride motorcycles?
Yeah. I'm sure they would.
Your helmet. Well, that's how it
Helmet,
started,
body
right?
armor.
Was
Right, exactly, the body
elbow
armor. And
pad.
you know, if you had your phone and you did drop it and you're driving, let's say you're riding at 50 miles an hour, your
You'd be
phone's
fine.
going to be okay.
As long as you go back and find it.
Go back
That's
and
right.
find it. That's the key, right? We'll have to get you a little finder unit.
There
John.
you
That's
go.
cool. All right, what's
this
next?
is by Locksack. It's pretty cool. We've had similar things on, but look at this. In other words, basically you put your iPad or your tablet and your phone in here. You zip it up just like a Ziploc baggie.
Yeah.
Made by Locksack. The thing it's hermetically sealed, which means that it will not allow water or anything to get inside. So great for outside, outdoors, pool, patio, sun.
Whitewater rafting.
Anything, anything to protect it.
No, I mean, that's probably
Yeah,
one of
I'm
the
thinking of-
intended uses.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
That is
exactly. And the
very
idea
cool.
behind it is, you know,
Even
for
just
$5
going to the beach.
for $5,
Yep.
I mean, you can't beat it. Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're reusable.
That
So you
is
buy it one
nice.
time, and everybody
Yeah.
says, well, how does it work? Well, it's got a little bit of metal that's inside the plastic, so when your
Okay.
finger with heat touches the surface, you can basically do
So-
the same thing you do.
This is a little stronger seal than your average plastic baggie. Then.
It is.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it is. There's
Got
no
it.
question.
Neat.
Yeah, very cool for that kind of
All
money.
right, is this a projector?
This is a projector, exactly.
Look
and
how little it
what's
is.
neat about the projector, and what's really cool about it, is that it will allow you to do small presentations or large presentations. This is high def. I'm going to try to let me just see if we can get a little shot of it for our. It's scanning, but now you can kind of see.
Oh, look at that. Just on our script, on the back of our script.
Yeah, on the back
Yeah.
of our script. Now, I know it's hard for our camera to get a shot of. I'm going to turn it a little more. See if you can
There we
get a
go.
shot of that.
If we can get a shot off of camera 2,
Yeah, I don't know if we can.
if we can take 2.
It's showing.
Well, I can
keep
do-
holding it.
Oh,
No, you got it. You got it.
Stay where you
Okay.
are. Don't change
right.
now.
So it's showing a picture of a computer.
Right, which is this right here. See, same thing.
Oh.
Isn't that cool? So
Thank
all
you.
I'm doing is I'm just driving it with a laptop. That's all.
Okay.
So I could put a video
Angle
through
your
it.
wrist a little more like that. A little more like. Keep
Wow.
going. keep
Okay, now
going.
we're
There we
seeing the
go.
projection. Yeah,
Now
that's
you can see
funky.
it. Isn't that
And so
cool?
wait, you can connect this to your computer to show
Right.
a
So
projected
movies,
image.
videos. The kids have an overnight. You want to, for $199.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. It's high
Very
def.
cool.
It's nice.
Oh my goodness.
It's high definition.
Just projecting
That
on
is
the wall.
And
amazing.
it's 200 ANSI lumens. Now, I don't want to get technical, but I want our audience to know that everything is based
Yeah.
on specifications. ANSI lumens is basically the word for brightness.
Nice.
So the higher the number, the brighter the projector.
Cool.
In this case, it's 2,000 ANSI lumens. Very bright.
neat.
Amazingly bright for the size.
All right, this
What's
thing
this
looks like
rocket?
a
This is
rocket.
cool. Yeah, you guys, this is the Eton. This is called the Road Torque. And what is it? Well, basically no batteries. It has a built-in lithium-ion battery that we basically crank. So the advantage now is that you have a breakdown, right? You've got a flashlight you can use. You also, if you push this up and press it, now you've got emergency. So now you take
Nice.
it, see, and you place it
Whoa.
like this on the road.
Yep.
See, combination.
Very cool.
And that cool goes in the glove box. So the benefit is that you can warn somebody that you're there, because I think you recently heard about some of the
Oh,
people that
yeah.
get killed. I mean, they're
Yes.
out looking at the car,
Yeah.
and people don't even see them.
Very,
Right.
very
So at
sharp.
least if you have some type of a warning, that's the benefit
Yeah,
of the
it's
product.
better than nothing. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Absolutely, that's
Cool.
the benefit of it.
How much for that?
This particular is $39, John.
Okay.
$39.
Great.
Cool, huh?
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Good deal.
Now this is iTwin. I really love this product. It's really cool. I'm going to pick it up to show our audience what it is. You'll notice it has USB and USB, correct? All right.
Okay.
Now most people do not save their data. This is one of the things you want to do. You want to save data, which is important because if your laptop or desktop happens to crash, you have backup, right? But here's what's really cool. Let's say that you're at work, Christine, and there is a file at home that you want to see. If you separate this and you take one to work and you leave one in your computer at home,
Right.
you can source that record
From work?
from work.
Oh my
Through
goodness.
basically through your Wi-Fi system. So as long as you're connected to Wi-Fi,
Right.
it'll go back home and find this half of the iTwin.
Oh, funky.
Isn't that cool? And bring the record to you. Isn't that amazing?
That is wild, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, and the thing is amazing. What's amazing about that, of course, the only time you ever keep them together is when you're basically initially setting up. And feel how light. I mean, it's like nothing. Feel
Yeah.
that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Put it right in
Yeah.
your purse or your
Oh yeah,
pocket,
99
you're good
bucks,
to go.
and you have the capability.
It just weighs
And
nothing.
the other thing too, it's not in the cloud.
Yeah.
Some people are
Right,
worried about the
right.
cloud because they don't like the fact that their stuff is up there and people
Yeah.
can see it. This retains in your computer at home.
Yours, yeah.
So it stays private. It
Stays
stays
private,
personal.
right? So when you go get it, you're going through your Wi-Fi system at home or wherever
Right.
you are. It finds that, so it doesn't matter. So Marty could be in Seattle with the kids. You could be here as long as he has it with his laptop. You can
Oh, isn't
switch
that
data.
amazing?
Isn't that
Even
incredible?
far
Without
away.
the
That's
cloud.
wild.
Yeah.
All right, what's this one here?
Okay, this is pretty cool. This is by Dymo. It's brand new, and this is what they call their basically their label manager system. Now, what is it? Basically, it's a system that allows you to have first touch screen. So what you have is labels. Bless you, John.
Thank you.
But you have labels
I
basically.
tried to hide it and didn't do a very good job.
Exactly. Now, what's really cool here, I'm just going to press OK. You notice I said PTL Dr. Frank, and I have my date on it?
Okay.
Okay, so if I go here and I decide that I want, so it's first touchscreen, so I go to Settings, and I can go back if I want. See, I can change fonts if I want. So it allows me to do all of these really cool things, and it's all on a touchscreen, which is really neat. And then if I want to print something, all I do is press the print button, and it automatically prints it and cuts it for me, so you don't have any
way.
manual cutting. Yeah, absolutely. You're going to see it's going to come out of here.
Debbie and I need this. We're the organizers in the family.
Isn't that awesome?
This is something I would love.
Please.
It is. Well, it is. It's amazing. You can make different sizes, different fonts, and if you really want to get involved in changing it, connect it to your PC.
Oh my God.
Okay, real quickly now,
Yep.
we're running out of time.
Okay.
Well, tell me about the Etch-a-Sketch. I've been dying to know since you brought it in.
Well, this is pretty
I mean,
cool.
I remember that from childhood.
Right, but it's not an Etch-a-Sketch. It's an iPad. Look.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, isn't that
Oh,
cool?
that
And with
is
all this crazy
hilarious.
nonsense going
my
on,
God.
you know, with all the crazy nonsense going on with the Republican campaigns, and they're
Right,
talking
right.
about Etch-a-Sketch.
Right, I saw
this
Santorum with
this
the
basically is a
Etch-a-Sketch.
case that goes over the iPad.
Oh, that
Isn't that
is
that's
cool?
cool.
So really,
hilarious.
there's nothing really there. But
I got
Oh
you.
my
I got you.
gosh,
Isn't that cool?
that is
Totally fooled
awesome.
me. I'm thinking, wow, we got a new space-age Etch-a-Sketch to play with.
Well, you know,
Kind of.
it looks that way. You know?
Yeah.
But what they did is
That's awesome.
Etch-a-Sketch from Ohio Art, licensed it to this company. And
It's just a protective
Yeah,
case.
it's just a
That's all.
protective
I love
case.
it.
So
It's
you-
the retro. It all comes back. Dr. Frank, thank you so
Thank you, Frank.
much.
Pleasure,
Always a
guys.
pleasure, buddy.
All right, and
Absolutely.
for
Good to see you.
more on all the products Dr. Frank showed us today, just go to kdka.com/PTL. We've got the details posted for you there.